Welcome to the Three Box. I'm Devin, and I'm here with the usual suspects. I'm here with Darius.
Hey, am I on TV? Hey, we're online. We're live right here, right now. It's Darius here, back again. How you doing?
I'm here with Eric.
Okay.
Good afternoon, boys. It's Eric.
Is there something this week that you heard on the news or you read about that really struck a nerve?
Yeah, bloody koalas in Wuhan, China. What the hell? And then the bats.
The bats. I saw the
The
bats.
memes that I've sent you.
What
I
the
saw
hell?
the bats.
It's true. It's true. Like you can't with the social media right now, and everyone taking photos
What
or
the hell?
taking clips. Soup with bats.
Soup with- But that's not anything new though.
That's normal.
No,
right?
but-
It's been by I don't know, each to their own, I guess, down there. It's just unhygienic, right? So,
Yeah.
but anything that crawls, that moves, can be eaten, I guess.
I guess.
I'm so shocked by that. I really am.
the bats or the koalas.
Just the
The koalas.
That's I'm a bit
I'm-
aware on the koalas, eh?
I'm
Because
like,
how did they
get
able
that?
to export
know.
that one? I know roos you can export as a meat.
Yeah, there's meat that's been
It's
done for
everywhere
yeah.
for years, but koalas itself,
But koalas got chlamydia. They
don't-
contract like they have that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're big on that. They're big on having chlamydia.
Well, that's the reason why they've got that virus right now. I'm almost thinking that there's a sort of karmic aspect to it, which is
it's
so weird.
yeah, it's unhygienic. When I told you I was watching the Wuhan, the China South Post that I posted yesterday, I said, "Wow, how dirty it is!" Because the meat it's not. It is a meat market, but also it's a wildlife meat market. So everything goes in there. Anything that you want is there.
Yeah.
So, but it's just wildlife. So there was like the 7 species that they have was top one was bamboo rats. Oh.
Bamboo rats.
Yeah, bamboo rats. Look, you can have that in Vietnam also, if I can recall. Also in the Philippines.
Oh my
Rat rice. It's like chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bamboo rats.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they look totally different. That doesn't look like a
Rodents.
normal rat.
Yeah, but
Oh, they're massive.
yeah, man.
Well, that's their
That's rat
source of
rice. They only eat rat. So that one's a rat rice or what? Rodent rice or whatever you want to call it.
Like, look, I totally understand where they're coming from. It's quite similar in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Like it's well, clearly China's not so much of a third world country, but I understand where third world countries are coming from. The fact that you make the most out of everything in the
yeah.
meat,
Yeah.
but the whole thing where we're now resorting to bloody koalas and bats.
I don't think.
But the bats, I've tasted bats.
Look,
in the Philippines, there's a fried like we
Oh,
went
no.
hunting. Yeah, for some reason, it's hunting. It's like nothing to eat. There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
But the more maturity. Okay, I don't want to eat this anymore. Right?
When you were saying third world countries, they use all the parts of the animal.
That's correct.
That makes sense because they're third world country, it's poor, right? But like, you have to import a
Yeah.
koala
Koala.
in. That's not like using
I don't know if it's
all
legal.
parts.
I don't know if it's legal, but it's a bit weird, right?
Yeah,
That's why when they said koala, or
Hmm.
unless they spelled it wrong,
No, no, I saw it in Vice. So I saw
So
the
you
article.
checked
in
it
Vice.
out?
I did
Yeah.
because of my curiosity for it. And one, I'm an animal lover. I never was because I have a dog. And naturally, when you see something like that, man, that disturbs the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Especially now, the recent bushfire that ravaged Australia nationwide.
Man.
I think 85% of our wildlife got smashed.
85%. Is
Yeah.
is that fact?
Check it out. Even Joe Rogan was looking at it. It wasn't even a clickbait. So it's just sad to we're still the weather right now, even though there's rainfalls in the last few days. The amount of
Yeah.
check out the bushfire from the recent bushfire. Bushfire. Yeah.
But there's also sort of conspiracies about this.
Oh, all right. Can I have a I have a
yeah.
conspiracy as well. But
Yeah.
what's your conspiracy?
No, it's not mine. It's just basing from observation. So clearly, with that prime minister, right, he brought in a piece of coal.
Yeah.
And then there's correlations with Adani, which is basically a big Indian mining company.
Who wants to buy it? Or
Yeah, huh? They're pushing this whole thing with coal. It's almost similar to how Trump is doing things. Again, I'm not factual. I'm just observing from these things. And then all of a sudden, some of the properties apparently that were burnt are being bought out.
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
So
that's
you
a good
just
conspiracy.
you just like, you just put two and two together. I think a lot of people have been doing that. I'm just observing. I don't know. I don't know too much about it. It's just you just notice patterns, so to speak.
How do you spell Adani?
ADANI.
ADANI.
Yeah.
So is it an Indian?
I know
coal
they
mine.
said that. So
All right. So mine isn't as that sounds more
political-
plausible.
yeah.
Right. But mine is before the bushfires, they started talking about a high speed railway,
Mm-hmm.
and then they like all these people started showing the maps of where the railway would go, and it's where all the bushfires were affected.
So that was the rail. Okay.
Right, and then again they started they said we will buy back the affected areas,
For the
high
line.
high affected areas back off the people.
Right.
And it's exactly where they wanted to put the line. And you're like, again, I don't know factually, but like you see this and then you see this and you just put it together. Like I think that's what people do, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's how conspiracy starts.
On top of all that, they said that there's been more than 100 arrests for arsonists.
Arsonist. Yeah. It was
100
true, yeah.
arrests?
Yeah,
Something
it's
like-
true.
something
like
along
that.
those lines.
Look, I don't understand that. I really don't
That was I
understand.
started laughing because who was the little girl about climate change?
That's Greta
Thunberg.
Thunberg.
Yeah, so
She's
look-
Swedish.
The Swedish girl, the young girl. Look, I'm not against climate change. She's a bit aware, but it wasn't. Not everything is about climate change. When I said definitely every pocket there will be arsonists. When
Yeah.
those guys are idiots.
Yeah. I
That's the
agree.
I'm sorry for the foul language, but they need to be burned also. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Then think about the livelihood.
no, I
yeah,
get
yeah, that's me.
I get it.
Sorry, it's not about climate changes all the time, but those guys need to be burned, man. Think about it, the livelihood, farmings, and all that stuff. So
Yeah, no. It's
that's
like
why when they say it's climate change coming from the different weather, I said no, not in one go, not in one go.
man, because I worked down there for a couple of weeks, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's
the
why you
reason
went.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
last
that's
week.
why I missed.
Yeah.
And it was like it's got no color. There was no
Gray.
color.
It's just gray, right?
It was black.
A black.
Okay.
The trees are black. The ground's black. The air is like gray.
Yeah.
Like it's just and it's smoky and it's horrible. It's
Okay.
like I don't know if there's a video game out there where it's just like it's Armageddon. Like when you're in
Like
the
Fallout.
is it for
Yeah,
I don't-
Fallout is. Well, I play lots
Where was
of video
this? Which
games.
area would you work at?
We went south. We went south. Aladala.
So it got burnt in that area.
It got burnt. But the thing is, it's only in pockets, and then all of a sudden
Yes.
it's green.
Yes.
It's green
It's
as hell.
backfire or
Yeah.
controlled backfire or
I don't know if this was because like there was all right. So we went into this place, right, and like I didn't know there was a house there.
Okay.
It got flattened. The only reason that you could tell is because of the roof, the corrugated roof. It's just on the floor.
it just went down.
Yeah, everything else
It's
is
the
just
tin can.
flat.
Yeah, yes, flat.
And you're like, you can't help but feel like heartbroken for these people.
That's what
you
I said to
it's
you.
just
Whoever those arson should be burned inside down there. I think that's the justification.
Okay, look, it's easy for us to just kind of go with it in that, but you need to also. Look, I always want to see two sides of the story.
Yeah.
Like I think I mentioned to you guys that I was depressed for quite a while, and especially when I was in Sweden, and that was 5 years just being depressed. And when you're at that state, you just want to destroy bloody everything,
Yeah.
including yourself.
So you want to harm others, not only you. Is that
Well,
correct?
it becomes it becomes your protective means, or it becomes your means of being productive in something.
right.
Because you feel so empty inside. if you've ever been depressed for a long period of time, again, only speaking for myself, everybody's different in that regard. I knew for a fact that the closest thing for me was almost an impulsive, wrong thing to do to make myself stimulated.
Right.
I felt that way for a very long time. And that almost gave me purpose to do more. So I don't know what these people are like. I'm only speaking for myself, especially living in a country where it's bloody 9 months of winter.
Yeah.
You're away from your family. You don't know what's up and down. You're very disorientated. You know, you know some part of the language, and you know some part of, all right, I'm gonna go somewhere in my life, but you don't have a clear direction.
Yeah.
Therefore, you know, you look for something that's interesting. You almost create drama, so to speak.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's
And you're saying, I guess you're trying to.
I'm not trying to justify these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
I'm only like thinking about the psychology of it, because in one way, I was like that.
Right.
You know, especially when you don't have purpose.
Man, that's next level empathy. Honestly, that is like.
Well, you have to. There's,
yeah.
yeah. There's a book called Ordinary Men,
Yeah.
right? And it's about apparently all these old Nazi police guards, and they didn't make it to the war, so they ended up being policing Poland. And what they did, they're normal guys, right? And they've been trained to essentially, well, you know how the Nazis were. They were trying to extract
concentration camp.
Yeah, and they were doing that in Poland. So what they did is there were women and children, and these guys eventually like shot women and children, and they normalized that. And the interesting thing about that, those guys that were doing that, they felt sick because they knew something internally tells you that, okay,
this is wrong.
Yes, that's correct.
This is wrong, but they're following orders.
They're following orders, so they try to normalize that, and they kept going.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's just a norm.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the right norm.
That's right. So, you know, again, it's just within that premise.
Yeah, but once again, I guess that's war, and I said, but to me, that's for you. You have two sides. For me, just burn those.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's deep. For me, just
Well,
straightforward.
I'm only speaking because it's easy for us just to kind of go.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the easiest thing, but then you got to think. All right, look, we all come from the Philippines.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I'm France.
Okay. And one way or the other, we've experienced some sort of poverty or hardship in our life. Okay, and naturally, when you're at that state, you detest people that are doing well in life.
Yeah.
Right? I know. I've been guilty of that.
Yeah.
I have been guilty of that. And when you do that, naturally, what do? You rebel.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing to do. It's no different from you rebelling against your parents. Why? Because you think you know better than them. It's the same thing, essentially. What's a common person saying?
Dr. Eric in the house.
Well, not doctor, but, you know, again, just my experience. What do you say when you don't have a lot? You go, fuck those guys. I'll show them. I'm better than them. I go through hard shit every day.
Yeah.
You know, what do these guys do that makes them better than them?
Wow.
I don't know.
No, that's I see some parallels in the way that that I've thought through some, like I've been in some scenarios, and I have thought that way.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Everyone does. Yeah.
Do you think it's everyone, or is it like innately?
No,
like,
it's everyone. By the end of the day, everyone. But you just keep it to yourself.
Well,
Adam, me sometimes look. You know when they say, "Don't be judgmental." Everyone's judgmental. You think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, but some people are mostly open for it, you know. But once again, you gotta step back.
Can I ask you? Because I know for me now, where I am right now, every time I give a judgmental thought to someone or a situation, I instantly feel bad about it because I know that I don't know what the person's going through
right now.
I don't know their situation, and how can I judge someone based on just one action and not knowing their backstory? It's like, but that's what society is, right? Like you see it, and then we instantly make judgments on people
straight away.
when we see one action that they've done, and you're like, that guy's a loser, or that guy's a winner, or that guy is and I don't know when it started happening. I don't know when.
We were just discussing this all the time. It's just like for me, I just let go. I just don't care. It's just like
That's right.
it's just
I've
like
got
why
to the
would
point.
I got more problem right now? Why would I care about their problem?
Well,
Right.
you've seen the Joker, haven't you? Have you seen the Joker?
I fell asleep 3 times. So
On the
couldn't
Joker?
yeah, man.
Are you
There's
serious?
no action to it.
There's no action, but
It's
like,
all-
didn't you feel like?
No, man.
I felt awkward, like not awkward, but like there was something when I was watching
I
it.
thought I was watching it.
Darius, man, I felt
It's a drama in depth, really psychologically, right?
but wasn't there something inside you going, oh, this is something wrong
Yeah.
about why you think
Okay.
a certain way on the
Okay, so let me
That's
tell
why
you
Eric's
something.
keep asking, have you seen the Joker? Have you seen the Joker? I said, yeah,
Let me
3
tell you
times.
something. When I first saw that movie,
Yeah.
right, there were things there that really got to me. The first time was again, there's 2 ways of looking into the Joker. The first one is if you're standing on a moral high ground, do not see that film. It's because morally it's not exactly the best. But the second perspective is this whole thing with self-actualization. One, this guy did not know, like he didn't know any better. He was born into this situation. He made the most out of the situation, and then all of a sudden an incident happened where he hit back, and then there's a strong feeling of self-actualization, which is that bathroom scene where he realized he was the Joker.
yeah.
I thought that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And then as the film progressed, you see him morph into that. But the thing that really got to me, was when everything was said and done and the credits were rolling, the middle song, which was the same song that you heard in the bathroom scene of him dancing, it played. I started crying.
Wow.
I started crying and I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk for an hour. And it just affected me so much. And there were so many things there. For example, when you're going through that whole, when you don't feel right in the head. And I remember that there was a scene where after he shot those guys,
Yeah.
there was that ring in the ear.
Mm.
And I remembered when I was on antidepressants, I had that ring in my ear several times. And I thought I had
It's like an
tinnitus.
echo, is it?
No, it's like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I had that. And I was giving it a lot of thought. And that sound put me back in my place when I was depressed.
So you're
Really?
cold.
Yeah, 100%. And then this whole situation when he was sitting down talking to that reminded me of my therapy sessions where I had to talk about a lot of things. Because essentially in therapy, what you're doing is you're trying to get your story straight.
Yeah. Right.
That's essentially what it is. Somewhere along your life, something happens, trauma and whatnot, and you're trying to make sense of that.
Yeah.
All right. Some of them you try to justify in your head, but some of them come out as lies.
Yeah.
But no thought is the same. Like for example, if for example us 3, right? A big event happens. You'll describe you'll describe in your own words that event. There will be similarities and parallels towards what we're thinking, but essentially it's not the same.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happens in therapy. You're trying to get your story straight. And the people that really, and what I noticed is, unless you get your story straight, you're not actually feeling the best.
So you're
But
trying to
that's-
release, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The pain inside of you.
Well, essentially, and again, going back to the Joker, one of the main themes there is you're either living a comedy or a tragedy.
Mm.
So the question is, what story are you living right now that tells you that you're living a comedy, which is a good ending, or a tragedy where things go fucking sideways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question to this, man, can you hear it? All right, sorry. The question is the only thing I can remember. All right, it's up. It's still part of the Joker, but off the topic. This is me. Oh man, did Bruce Wayne dad bang her mom?
No, it
No,
didn't. No,
it
no, no.
was,
You obviously didn't watch the end.
No, because I just wanted to know when he goes, my mother worked for you. And I was like, fuck. Did he bang the maid?
No, Darius, he didn't. He didn't do anything.
No, remember when he was
the-
trying to prove that he
No,
was the
mom's got-
bastard son of the father of Bruce Wayne. Am I correct?
Yeah, but no, the mother's got psychological problems as well. She made it
Yes.
up in her head.
Oh, so as from then on, in my mind, as I was watching, I told you I fell asleep 3 times. That's why Eric kept asking, "Have you seen it?" And in my mind, I go, "Oh, so that's a bastard son of Bruce Wayne's
No.
dad."
And like to put even more spanner.
That's why I go, "Oh wow, this is like banging the maid. Well, not bad, you know." The Joker's mom was hot. I go, "Wow."
Darius, have you followed the Batman? Do you know Batman's story?
Well, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, right? I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's from that story. All I know is
It's totally wrong. Like, it's not wrong, but it's a parallel.
so they
It's-
didn't bang each other.
No, it's a parallel because, like, at the same time, Joker is so old and Batman in this one is so young.
He was
So,
young.
like, but in all the other Batmans that we know, like Batman and Joker go head to head.
yeah, but the same age, right?
They're the same age. So it's a parallel
Because
story.
what killed the parents of was the initiation of the Joker. What is it? A protest or something like that? Remember when Bruce Wayne's dad and mother got killed?
Are you talking about in this movie?
Yeah, in this movie,
in
right?
This movie. Yeah.
But in my mind, when I was watching that, wow, they're half brothers.
Yeah. So that's what they made. They wanted you to think.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it was like they revealed that the mum had
Okay.
psychological problems.
Oh, so they need,
Yeah.
I thought he scored one round there. Damn. my God.
So let me do one better to you
Okay.
guys, right? Do you know that the whole story is actually based on an archetype story that we've known for a very long time?
Which one?
Cain and Abel.
Is it? Yeah, right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
The premise of Cain and Abel is the brother, the good brother who has everything, and then the other brother that has nothing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed, again, just from observation, upon me doing more psychological research, because I've lost my mind before and trying to retrace back, that the stories in the Bible essentially are not really stories, but rather metaphors of man's psychology.
Yeah.
Okay? So I don't know if you've heard about the Matthew principle. So the Matthew principle works this way. Okay? So Matthew principle works: to those who have everything, everything will be given. To those who have nothing, everything will be taken. Correct. You look at this whole story with Bruce Wayne and Alfred Fleck. Bruce Wayne has everything. Alfred Fred has nothing.
Is Alfred Fred is the butler?
No, Arthur Fleck. Apologies. Yeah, Arthur Fleck. Yeah.
Is it Arthur Fleck?
Arthur Fleck is the character in the new Joker film.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
okay.
but Alfred is the butler.
Yeah, that's-
Alfred
yeah,
is
so
the
that's what you could say
yeah.
about
Alfred is
Alfred.
the butler. Now, we started the podcast going on about arsonists.
Yes.
All right, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Right. We talked about the fact that, all right, what's the psychology of an arsonist? And I explained that, hey, when you've got nothing going for you,
You're just bored.
you just want to destroy the fuck
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
things. Right? You're out for destruction.
Yeah.
To those who have nothing, everything will be taken.
Wow.
To those who have everything, everything will be given.
It's like
Now,
manifestation.
now, again, you have the comedy,
Mm.
everything will be given.
Mm.
You have the tragedy, everything will be taken. So where do you stand and what story are you telling yourself?
I'm gonna keep to my story that Bruce Wayne's dad just banged the maid. That's it. I'm sticking to that. I'm not going there. I'm just like,
Yeah.
well, he's a bastard son
Yeah.
of Bruce Wayne's father.
Yeah. And I've noticed that these archetypes are being played in a lot of stories right
Yeah.
now. And I've talked to a lot of creatives. For example, Danny, who's a writer in the gym. Danny Amwa.
Is he a young bloke?
He's not a young bloke, but he's in his 30s. Very creative guy. He does writing for Foxtel. He's actually his end goal is to be a director.
Danny?
Yeah.
Is
Shout
it-
out Danny.
Yeah, Danny's one of my close.
Kiwi?
Yeah, Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah.
Samoan. I love that guy.
Did
I love
you
that guy.
did you do your grading with him?
Yeah,
No,
he
Miguel did.
Miguel did.
I love that guy. The guy actually helped me out through like Darius helped me out through a
We gotta
lot
get
of
him.
tough times.
Would he come on?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
He's a big fan of podcasts.
Is
and
he?
Everything. Absolutely.
I'd
Yeah. And
I love getting creatives.
Uso.
yeah, we call it Uso. That guy's brain is just his
Massive.
creative brain is just. I love talking to that guy.
Yeah.
Just because you can bounce ideas but most of all, he'll tell you the truth about things.
Yeah.
And that's what you need, man, especially this day and age.
Yeah.
You know, so,
There's a lot of
Misconception.
fake.
Yeah.
A lot of fake talk.
yeah. But going back to this whole thing with, if you look at all these stories, right? Again, this whole Joker thing, it played with the Cain and Abel story.
Mm.
I was bloody watching Wreck-It Ralph,
Yeah.
Cain and Abel.
Who's Cain and who's Abel?
Okay, so Ralph was Cain,
Yeah, because he had everything. He went from
and Fix It Ralph, who fixes everything, has everything, and he lives in the highest building because he fixes things. Whereas Wreck-It Ralph, well, goes without being said, he wrecks everything.
Man, I gotta watch this again, eh?
Cain and Abel.
I have to watch it again.
I had to watch the
because-
Joker this time with pre-workout. It was something with coffee.
Because the first time I watched it, like all the things
I
that
got bored.
me and my friends started talking about were very superficial, like at the top level where everyone saw stuff, right? Because I think I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he said that it had a lot of social issues in there as well.
Yes.
And they had like the rich versus the poor.
Yes.
Because that's where the riots came in and stuff, and the social. Because
protests,
at that time, I think America was going through something, or Trump said something during that time, and it was just like, or during that period, and it was just it happened that Joker came out. So there was a lot of social issues that came out at the same time. It
Well,
was
there was something that he said that really got to me. Yeah, at the start of the film, when he was talking to the social worker, whatever, and he says, "Is it me, or is it really getting crazy out there?" And that reflected on a lot of things. And when I thought about it, that almost put me in a panic, because when you really think about it, things are getting really fucking crazy right now.
it's getting crazy out there. Shit is happening.
Yeah, for example, all right, we just had bushfires. We are just talking about that. Okay, after that, we had Taal volcano.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all my families down
Yeah.
there. I hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, after Taal volcano, or even before that, you had Trump wanting to freaking bomb Iran.
Yeah.
Then after that, we've got the blood. Let's start podcast. We've got bloody this coronary virus.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So is it me, or are things getting really crazy out there?
So my question to you then, like you saying that, is it getting crazy, or has it always been crazy, but the information is more relative available?
I think it's always been crazy, but it's just how you conduct yourself in that. Are you gonna spaz out, or are you just gonna relax?
Right. So you know how you said you're going to spaz out or relax, but with the restriction of information back then, they didn't give you the option to spaz out or relax. They made you. They gave you this illusion, this bubble where it's okay.
It's okay,
It's under
content,
control.
yeah,
We're under control. Whereas now, everyone wants to be woke and know information, but I don't think people are ready for the information that's going to come at them.
Well, let's put it this way: the birth of the internet actually put that information is available in our fingertips, as with anything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's what information do you use to feed yourself?
Yeah.
You know, I think I shared with you guys this story of the white wolf and the black wolf. It's a Native American tale.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You
So
showed it to me.
I'll explain it. So there's this elder.
Yeah.
She's a Native American elder, and she's by a bonfire, and there's a child beside the elder, and then the elder is looking up and taking a nice deep breath. Child goes, "What's wrong?" Elder goes, "I feel the two wolves inside me fighting." And then the child goes, "What type of wolves?" And then old elder says, "One's white, one is black." Okay. Child gets conflicted. Elder goes, "White wolf is peace, compassion, joy, happiness. Black. Well, okay, what's the black? Resentment, deceit.
So it's evil and good, right?
Negative. Again, parallels of Cain and Abel, right? And then child goes, okay, so when they fight, how what's the outcome?
Mm.
Then the elder goes, well, it depends. Child goes, what do you mean? It depends on which one I feed the most.
Mm.
So again, we all have that.
Yeah.
You got the good side and the bad side. Again, I'm just tangenting off on this whole psychological part.
Yeah.
But it's ever present.
Yes.
It really is. Look, you're either exploring your bad side or you're exploring your good side, or you've done both and you already know what to do.
Stay neutral.
Talking about like, let's go sideways a bit. But like, is Chinese New Year big for you guys?
For me, no.
No.
For in the Philippines, is it
is
big?
big because I look. My mom's brother are all married to majority of their Chinese. How would you say this? Chinese descent.
Yeah.
So especially one of my uncle's wife. She's Chinese heritage. It's big.
So wait. So I went sideways here. What's your heritage in the Philippines?
I'm just French.
Man, are you are you Spanish? Are you
No,
Japanese?
Man, I'm not even one.
Surely, like we've come off from
for
one.
sure, there's one.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a Chinese in there.
Are you Chinese or
I've got some, but
There's
majority of
Chinese.
mine Spanish.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Just a tribe, man.
Yeah.
Just a tribe. I'm one of those National Geographic kid with your hanging your what's that? Your towel, 3D.
Because like the Philippines,
I'm one of those native guys, man. The Igorots. Yeah,
I lived in Baguio, bro.
yeah.
is who dominated the Philippines?
It's 400 years with
With-
Spaniards.
yeah.
Then another 100 years, I think, with the U.S. Then the Second World War, we got also with the Japs.
Japanese.
But look,
But
If you-
before that,
And how
you
about
had,
the Chinese?
No,
Was it
before
Chinese?
that,
you had
before that we had Lapu-Lapu. Okay.
no, you had the Itas, bro.
Oh yeah, but the Eaters also there, but there's already Chinese trading everywhere, right?
You had the Itas.
What's eaters?
Itas are
The
No.
They're there?
They're more indigenous. They're almost similar to the
Aborigines.
Correct.
Yep.
So you had the Itas, then you had the Malays,
Yeah.
then the Chinese followed. After the Chinese, I do believe it was the Spaniards. After the Spaniards,
Get back. Because
Okay.
I know my history in this.
Yeah.
Because Philippines wasn't Philippines, right? It's King Philip.
That's right.
But if you think about the right word,
What was
Okay.
that? What was
King
that?
Philip.
King Philip. But
Is that how it became-
Yeah,
Yes.
Philippines. Okay.
I didn't know that.
By Magellan.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. Before that, we were called Maharlika. Okay. Maharlika is
Heart.
we are part of the Borneo, Malay, Indo are all the way to Guam, even Honolulu, Hawaii are part of one island.
Yeah.
Okay, by with just one king, or Sultan King.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Darius, you're dropping some bombs here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my history.
Yeah.
So it's good to be French. So,
I don't
You were
understand
doing
that joke.
You were doing so well
I
until
don't
you went.
understand that French.
no, okay. So after that's why we converted to Christianity.
Yeah.
But
What were we before?
No.
Islam is still Lapu-Lapu was part of Islam.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were part of the Sultan.
Mm.
So that's why Borneo and all the Indo Malay are all one.
Mm.
So, but once again, the 400 years of occupation of
Spain.
Spanish, changed a lot.
Yeah.
It was just being bought for how much? It's not even. It's cheap back then.
Well, they bought us.
They sold the place.
Did they?
Yeah. It's a real estate, man.
So-
real estate. There's still if you go YouTube right now or put on the history of Maharlika, literally they're still now they're fighting in the court. We have a monarch.
We do?
Yeah, we have a monarch, the Sultan.
This is all brand new for me. Man.
You don't
I've
know?
no,
The
no,
history
no.
of what
That's
is
why
it?
I'm listening.
Just go monarch. Just
I'm
go
not
monarch.
I'm not debating it. I just
Just put
I'm
Maharlika.
listening.
How do you spell
Maharlika.
Maharlika?
Spell it easy.
MAHARLIKA.
L-I-K-A.
I thi-
Maharlika
yeah,
Kingdom.
I think there's a root word is something with the heart. Feudal warrior Tagalog society. Okay, I'll read it out. We're the feudal warrior class in ancient Tagalog society in Luzon, the Philippines, translated in Spanish as hidalgos, and meaning free man, libres, or freed man. They belong to the lower mobility class, similar to the Timawa of the Visayan people.
So if you go low, go all the way down. There you go. Check that out. There's a lot of conspiracy going on.
This one
Yeah. So if you think about it, was there a kingdom of Maharlika? So
was the.
This is
history.
interesting.
It goes a lot, man. You gotta check
Oh,
it
that's
out.
46 minutes.
Yeah, but don't go that. Just read the first one.
The
Was
which
there a
one?
Kingdom of Maharlika.
This one?
Yeah. No, you know what? Yeah.
That's interesting. What's there?
See the pre-colonial.
Huh.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've never heard about it.
That's
So, all right. So before we continue with the history, so you know how who are the
Spanish.
who are the native Filipinos, like the Aboriginals of the Philippines?
What they say, it's the Itas, it's the Igorots.
Are they still there?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they treated well in the Philippines? Are the natives treated well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I come from Baguio,
Yeah.
and the Igorot culture is very prominent there.
Yeah.
And they wear what there was going on about with the cloths, which is called the bahag.
Yeah. Is that similar to the Hawaiian?
I don't
Close
know.
enough. Close
I don't
enough
know.
with
I don't know. But
Yeah.
I love the fact that they say that majority of races are warrior races.
Mm.
It's nice to know that, Filipinos are bred like it's a warrior race, quite
Yeah.
similar to the Vikings.
Right.
Wait, think about it.
Right.
know.
This is
And if you look down south, and I think Darius knows more about this than I do, there were headhunters who were cannibals from back in the day, quite similar in New Zealand, where the Maoris were actually cannibals as well.
Can you look up the Philippine natives? What is it? I want to see a picture.
What, of the Igorot?
The Igorots.
Yeah, Igorot. Yeah, man. Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the Filipino natives.
Yeah, man.
You never seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
I grew up with those. You know what I love about that?
So
when
the one in the bottom, they're literally eat this. If you think about the
This one here?
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're much darker.
yeah,
And look at the curly hair.
Yeah.
So if you think of the Australasian, because I did a lot of I love my history. So all the going down from indigenous of Taiwan, indigenous of
Yeah.
indigenous of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, all the way to our own Aboriginal
Was similar.
skin
there
and hair.
is there
very
is similar.
similar.
Yeah,
So-
there is similar.
So they literally travel from look, according to the history, according to scientific, all of them before it was broken down, before all those continents been broken down, they all came from. They just traveled
Yeah.
foot by foot. That's why all their features are all the same.
Similar.
Are
Yeah.
all the same.
So, because I have like this thought in my head where
Yeah.
I go, are we Asian or are we Islanders?
well,
Well,
there's
Like, are we-
according, it was an island because we have 7,100 island compromise.
But Japan's got islands as well,
Yeah,
right?
but not 7,100 islands.
yeah, they actually said I don't know if it was 2 years ago that the Philippines were considered part of the Pacific Islands.
Yep.
Yeah, but then I thought someone said that it was just like a prank that they
I don't
did.
know. I don't know.
Because I heard like what I'm seeing here,
We should.
we don't look like
we should bring in here. And Jason loves his history, especially because he came from
Professor.
Yeah, Professor Jason.
because he comes
He
from
loves his
from
history.
Timor.
He
Yeah.
loves all this. He's very in depth with being a.
Do you have conversations about
Yeah,
this with him?
he's the one who brings it up all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
I'll let you know something that Jason told me. There was one point where all of us fellows were back in the old gym. So all the fellows converged and we did our roles, the Shark Tank roles that we did, quite similar to what we did yesterday with Jalos. There's something that he said that really stuck with me, and I've explored the thought a little bit. So he actually said when we were taking photos, and he might like out of his breath, he goes, "Oh, it's good that you're all taking photos." I was, why is that? you're all representing your ancestors. And I was blown away by that. So I looked into that a little bit.
Yeah, but if you look at it like yesterday, right?
So I looked into that a little bit. And so if I had to expand, I'm gonna go a little crazy with this. Okay. So if you had to expand, each one of us is a product of evolution.
Yeah.
All right.
French.
All of us. Yeah, that's it.
French. Can you explain that joke later on?
Yeah. So we're a product of evolution, right? So you're bred from your ancestors.
Yeah.
And all of that, you're also a combination of different personalities. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So all your different personalities is within you.
Yeah.
Right. And all of that is controlled by the prefrontal cortex. Okay, prefrontal cortex is essentially like the thing that regulates things in your brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so and when I was thinking about it, again, I'm gonna go back to this whole thing with the Cain and Abel thing, right? Because you're both good and bad, and your personalities, they have their own worldview. This is from Peterson as well that I've looked into. And then the more I looked into it, we've all seen The Matrix at one point.
Yeah.
Do you remember that point, that time when he was in front of the architect?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, with all the TV screens, there are different Neos.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So he said, when I saw The Matrix again, it actually explained the psychology of how we are. So you're bred from different things, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that regulates all of that is the prefrontal cortex and also your ego.
That comes out of the different versions
from
of
the
yourself.
different versions of yourself. Because when you think about it, when you get angry, you can't control yourself.
Yeah, you just see a certain color.
Yeah, that's a different personality. When you're sad, that's a different personality as well. When you're happy, that's a different thing as well.
Yeah.
But all of that is collected into you. But also, each personality is derived from your ancestral background.
Wow.
Because you're a product of evolution. So, your ancestors from way back carried on board, or brought forward their DNA
attributes
to who you are right now. So again, this is just I'm not saying there's any truth with it.
I gotta check my DNA if they're Playboys.
Yeah. I love how you had to take it there, but yeah, these were my thoughts. And then when I saw The Matrix, which is weird because when I had that thought, Jason said this about 2-3 months ago. I saw Matrix again, and I told Danny, "Hey, Danny, I just saw this," and then all of a sudden, boom, I had that thought where you're the conglomerate of your ancestral background and also
just bringing it into this moment.
and also your personalities. But right here, right now, you're in your controlled state. But that's just a theory.
That's why I said next, Jason. If you talk to Jason, he loves this stuff regarding about this ancient tribal. He loves it. That's why I think a month ago when I was writing, he borrowed a book. It's just the tribal of East Timor or Timor Dili. Literally, he loves it. He just wanted to make sure, because their country was conquered by the Portuguese. No similar to the Philippines, Spaniards, right?
Yeah.
Back then, the Europeans will just plant flags everywhere. Now, going back to that earlier on, you said, I'd be asked question, are you half Chinese or half Filipino, half Spanish, whatever blood that you have. If you look at it, we've been ravaged so many with the Euros. But without that, it didn't happen. There's no good looking fellows.
I don't know.
I love you have to do the little poggy stand.
But if you look at it, right? That's why even doesn't matter if you going back to any Asia, there's always a history that the Europeans will plant their flag first, whatever island that there is. Now, consider to that, Australia wasn't Australia. It wasn't by the Brits. It was New Holland. Yeah, New Holland. But the Dutch.
Yeah.
I love my history. Before the Dutch was here, Chinese was already trading here, already before the Brits was here.
Right.
Yeah. Huh. So I love Europe.
I love Europe.
I didn't,
but Paris was like a bad experience.
But Paris was just because I guess There's a piece about it. They call it Paris syndrome. Yeah, you gotta read this. Before you look at it, the reason why it calls Paris syndrome is
Yeah.
when you look, everyone visual, the Eiffel Tower, all the places, right?
Yeah.
But when all the tourists goes there, they feel sad because it's no longer the same. So what majority came out from the Japan citizen. Yeah, there you go, the Paris syndrome.
Okay, that's interesting.
I was right, from Japan.
So
Boom.
hang on. Let's put out the definition so that way everybody. Okay, so Paris syndrome is a psychological condition experienced almost exclusively by Japanese tourists who are disappointed when the city of lights does not live up to their romantic expectations.
Because if you look at it, right? So
But is there Rome syndrome?
There's also a Stockholm syndrome, which is very prevalent.
What's Stockholm syndrome?
It's when somebody kidnaps you and
what?
look it up. So somebody kidnaps you and
Is
then
this from the movie? What's that one?
yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but there is such a thing as Stockholm syndrome. So let me read that. Is a condition in which hostages develop a psychological alliance with their captors during captivity. No previous relationship between hostage and captor.
Wow.
So I in many ways, I felt that way when I was living in Stockholm.
Wow.
But going
So you
on,
wait. Do you feel like you're a prisoner in Stockholm?
look, when my first 2 years there, I had no choice, man. I invested a lot of money to live there.
Yeah.
I had to sit
You-
that out.
yeah.
I had to deal with that.
You have to go.
My
yeah.
problem was, right, I was too impulsive and too excited and I didn't
Because it's a new country, a new place.
yeah, and I just went in. Now, when you go in, it's cool that everybody speaks English, right? But here's the thing. That's not their norm. Their norm is clearly speaking Swedish.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to speak Swedish, what do? I left. I felt like I was living in the box.
But you're fluent in Swedish now, right? Or
yeah,
just-
semi-fluent. Yeah,
so that's-
semi-fluent.
At least you can
as-
understand. That's
I
the
can
most-
understand. It took me years.
Mm.
It took me years to really get that. But that also made me that made me
better
appreciate
person.
a better person, and also made me appreciate learning more. Because when I was living there was a subliminal way of learning. Because there were things that were occurring, when you're there and everybody speaks Swedish, your brain picks up the pattern. I made efforts to learn the language, but then I got frustrated, as with anything else.
Yeah.
But then my brain all of a sudden just relaxed with it, and then all of a sudden I picked up the pattern, and then speech patterns, and then you notice body language, and then all of a sudden your brain clicks. Then all of a sudden you're saying "Good morning," "Hey, Shena," and then you're like, "What the hell just
I fell in
happened?"
love in that.
Yeah, and you're just like, "What the hell just happened?"
It sounds like a beautiful language.
Well, it is. When Swedes talk, it
Yeah.
sounds like they're
Caress.
it feels like they're singing. I remember
Give us a sentence. What's a basic sentence?
Back.
No.
No.
No. Darius.
okay. So it's okay. So I'll say, "Hi, my name is Eric.
Yeah.
Tjena, jag heter Eric."
Sounds right. How about if we do they have McDonald's there?
Yeah, there's McDonald's. There's no KFC though. There's also no Krispy Kreme.
Wait. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Is there chicken in Finland?
There's chicken.
Can you
everywhere.
raise? Because like
There's chicken everywhere.
my friend wanted to open up a chicken shop in Finland,
Yeah.
right? And I asked him, I go, is there any chicken there?
There's chicken.
There's
There is?
only
There's
one
no
KFC
chicken.
though, right?
But there's no KFC.
But
Okay, so what's your point with the chicken
no,
thing?
because he wanted to, you know how there's Elgina here, charcoal
Yes,
chicken.
Yeah.
He wanted to make a charcoal chicken over there, but I was like,
yeah.
I don't know if the business was viable. So he was asking us.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it because it's a selective market.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a very selective market. Now get this, right? One of my favorite foods in Sweden, believe it or not, is pizza. Okay, now there's a special pizza there where I used to live in Froengen, which is south of Stockholm.
yeah.
And there's a small pizza shop there. And
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the ingredients, and you're probably going to say yuck. Okay? But I loved it.
Right.
I loved it. Like to this day, I'm craving that pizza. So it's a thin crust pizza, okay? But in that pizza, it's got curry, bananas, chicken, pineapple. Okay. And then there's something called béarnaise sauce.
What's a mayonnaise sauce?
Béarnaise sauce is something fatty. Like it's so yummy, man. It's like mayonnaise almost. Now on top of all that, I love what do you call this? Anchovies with that.
That's anchovies. Good.
Anchovies
So,
are right.
yeah, but the combination
curry-
combination of curry, chicken, nuts, okay, bananas,
Yeah.
pineapple,
Yeah.
anchovies.
It looks like a keto
And
diet
then,
in
and
one
then
go.
béarnaise sauce.
Is
And-
béarnaise sauce got egg in it?
Yeah, it's got egg in it.
So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
mayonnaise.
And then instead of their usual salads, they have something different. They've got cabbage
Mm.
that's shredded very finely with pepper in it and lots of vinegar. Yeah, and you have that before the pizza. And I look forward to that almost every week.
to you. But
Yeah.
going back to your food,
Yeah.
when I said, I said Sweden would
Yep.
have the mainstream food.
Yeah,
in
coming up
Australia,
here. Yeah.
Why do you think it's taken so long, or why do you think the Philippines haven't gone mainstream in other countries?
Bro, politics, man. Come on.
The food.
Food. It's
I don't want to go into this. I pass. Next question.
I don't know how to answer that.
I can answer
I
it
don't
because
know how to
I
Wait,
can.
do you love Filipino food?
I do, of course, man.
I love it.
And Filipinos love Philippine food, right?
Yeah,
we love our food.
Look at every suburb. We
But
have
why-
a restaurant.
But why? Because Joe Coy put this out. Why do we, when we see someone and they go, "How's your Filipino food?" Do we always give them balot? Why do we do that? Why do
It's
we
the
give
default because of mainstream.
yeah, because with the us, it's exotic food, right?
them? I'm sure. No, because.
It's exotic food.
But how about the
Empanada.
But like, yeah, the pancet, the
Yeah.
But the balot is always gonna be.
But
it's
if your
fun.
your first interaction
factor.
Yeah.
with like Filipino food is like balot, right? They're not gonna like you could
course
you
not.
could even get lechon. You can give them any of the beautiful food that we have, but we always go. You know what? If you can handle this, then I'll show you the gate. I'll open the gate for you.
I think it's a part arrogance.
Mm.
I and it's also a part leveling. I don't know.
Yeah.
But why would somebody do that? Think about it.
Yeah, why?
It's just the taste. It's
there's
just
there's
like
arrogance with
it's
it
it's
when you
a,
think
as you
about
said,
it.
it's a gatekeeper.
You
If
think
you
it's a-
pass this,
If you can have this, you get to have the night.
everything. All right. When it comes to balot, because it's an exotic food, aphrodisiac food. I'm gonna say it. Yeah.
What is it?
According to them,
Aphrodisiac.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah, okay.
Look, it's a very high protein also.
It's true.
Do you
Yeah.
eat the actual?
I eat all of it,
I
man.
eat all
Yeah,
of
I
them.
eat bloody
I
all
can
of
eat 7 in one
Yeah.
go, but it's bad. All right.
Why is it bad?
It's very
Well,
high.
anything
high
in excess is bad when you think about it.
But why did you
Apparently-
say 7?
I don't know why, because I always say, look, every time I go back home, first time I have ballots, at least I have 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But the maximum I had 7. Everyone will go, you're nuts. You're going to get high blood pressure. You're,
Okay,
and all
okay.
this
So
stuff.
just
Gout
oh, right,
and
right,
all
right.
that. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
lead to gout? Would that give you gout?
I don't know. I don't have the facts for that. But
See, that's one thing
I don't know.
also. I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
just meant, I don't have the facts
Yeah.
for it, but I just like, I'll just have 5 or 6, 7 or whatever.
So like, all right. So if we were going to open a Filipino restaurant,
Okay.
right? What is the most mainstream foods that we have that we could give to the people that they would enjoy instantly?
I know how to answer this because we know a guy that trains in Gracie or Carmen who has a cafe in where is it now?
Crow's Nest?
Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
General Charlie's.
Yeah.
It's
and-
fusion Filipino food. Yeah.
He's got Filipino food there. He's got tapsinog. Anthony.
So that's the one that you wanted.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
always
yeah,
there.
he's always there.
So Darius goes to me. He goes, "Let's have coffee in Artarmon."
bloody beautiful,
Wait.
bro.
I said, Darius, there's like 1,000 coffee shops in between Parramatta and Artarmon. Why would we go to the other Artarmon?
Because there's Filipino
Filipino
delicacies.
food.
Yeah,
You know
he's
the
got.
good thing, he's married to Ilan.
Yeah. I'm not married. Yeah.
So it's coming from a different background. It's good that she can taste our what is it? Our food,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But the
yeah.
good thing about that with General Charlie,
Charlie's.
it's the fusion style. You know,
Yeah,
It's mixed.
very
Yeah,
Western.
very
Yeah,
Western.
yeah.
That's a good thing about it, right? So that's why it's
What
different.
what is the if you're gonna tell people to go to General Charlie's, what is the food that you tell them to go take?
Tapsilog.
Oh yeah, Tapsilog
Tapsilog.
because it's
I love
natural.
that.
It's egg.
Hang on a sec. What is
Egg
Tapsilog?
It's like Tapsilog means trigonometry to me. It's tapa, itlog, tapa, itlog.
Yeah.
What's a Tapsilog? Tapa, itlog. Itlog means egg. Tapa, beef.
Yeah.
All right. What's silog?
Sinigang.
The rice.
The rice.
The fried rice garlic.
Right, right.
That I call it trigonometry. The Bermuda
Oh, we
Triangle.
gotta
food.
try. We gotta try. Would Anthony come on?
Yeah, Anthony will come on. Anthony, he's a bit shy though. He's
He
not like
is
he's
a
not
bit
like
shy. He's a
not-
bit shy,
but he's a good
but-
chef. He's a good
but-
chef.
We can talk to him about
Yeah.
the food
Good
that he
chef.
can.
But if you get that guy with a few drinks, and
I'm happy to supply the drinks.
Oh
I'm
my
happy.
God.
No, we're talking about these drinks.
We'll just close it out. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, before I close it out, there's a lot of people I want to shout out too. Yeah, seriously. Look at this. The artists we're gonna listen to. Why not? Look, first of all, the great Allison.
I feel by vodka.
What is it?
Fueled by
Fueled by vodka. Check her website. All right,
Is she-
support
is
the
she-
local.
Yeah, it's your
business.
local. It's
Is she
your
gonna give
brand.
us all hats or just you?
I'm the good-looking one.
She makes some great products.
Does she?
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
shirts,
Her
the
brand
cardigan
is-
on winter. that I
Does she?
bought.
Her brand is great.
Yeah.
Does she make vodka or
No,
not?
it's
Oh, no,
just
she doesn't.
the name of the brand.
Yeah,
I thought it was alcohol earlier
Oh, so
on.
did I.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fueled by vodka.
And if you rolled with her, she's great. Like she is.
Who is she?
Allison. Allison
Oh,
Tan.
Allison.
She's amazing. Amazing.
Hey, Allison.
She's.
We'll wear your product. We'll make sure everyone sees it.
yeah.
And happy, what is it?
Kong Hak Fat Choi.
Yeah, Kong Hei Fat Choi. Go. There's another one. Go Shafai or whatever. Close enough. Guys, also shout out from Dubai to Nat. You know, how are ya? Hopefully you're always listening. The boy, General. Yeah, you gotta guys check it out. General Charlie Cafe.
Yeah.
At Crow's Nest. Anthony Antoinette. All right, come
And-
on, you gotta go there. Weekend. If you
I
can't
love
make it on
that.
weekdays, go on the weekend. All right. Try it out.
I'm gonna make it simple. We all met in Gracie Parramatta. It's become a second home. Check it out. Best
So-
Jiu-Jitsu in West Sydney.
Oh yes. Also, who else? Yeah, I told you guys, I'm bad with names, but to all box out there, buck on, all right, buck on,
back on.
buck on. Guys, share the love, hit like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, the 3 Box, buck on. See you soon. Love ya.